All right, guys, we are back here with Game 2 of the first round of semifinals here between Symbiote Gaming and, of course, GGBB. Now, I love that name. I didn't say that yet, but
It's cute.
GGBB.
Yeah, it's cute.
Like GGBB.
All right, so getting okay. We can just jump right in.
Yeah, we're going to jump right into the draft here. We have the players in the lobby ready to roll. We're looking at Symbiote here, and it looks like they actually want to ban Tyrael, as you can see on the screen. They're not saying, let's ban Tyrael. They have the first ban. And GGBB responding with a Tassadar ban. No big surprise here. Now, I should note, we are playing on Haunted Mines. They had to do a map striking once again, but the map striking ends up being so that the losing team ultimately will have the decision at the end.
Sorry, I'm doing admin things.
It's quite fine. We're running the tournament and producing the tournament. I was checking the sound. You're checking the tournament. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the strikes were Garden from GGBB, and then Dragonshire and Blackheart's Bay.
Blackheart's Bay
From Symbiote. So GGBB opted to say, you know what, I don't want to play on Cursed again. Let's play on.
And even though Curse Hollow was played, the losing team is allowed to go back to a map they lost on, but the winning team cannot bring you back. If you've already won on a map, you cannot play on that map again unless the opposing team says, no, it's okay, we'll play you on that map again. So I know the rules are a little complex compared to what we're used to here in the Heroes of the Storm community, but we're seeing a Arthas pick come out for SMG.
Very quick. I mean, it worked last time.
Yep.
It did great things. The snare on Arthas is often, I don't want to say it's underrated because it's not actually underrated, but at the same time, it makes so many things happen. Like you throw that down and like things happen.
And I mean,
like,
beyond that, he does good damage. He takes up a ton of damage. He soaks up so much damage.
He soaks everything.
Yeah, and he's just so well-rounded and good. But we're seeing Stitches and Uther be picked up here on the opposing side for GGBB.
I mean, great. Stitches is a great pickup just in general. We've talked about this all day. Stitches can make and break games. If he hits one good hook, it can flip an entire game. Like, you hit that one hook at that one area, and you can do some really, really interesting things. Stitches on Haunted Mines, especially if he goes with a slam build, can actually clear the mines insanely fast. Like, one slam will take out the entire
one cluster of skulls. Yep, just one cluster.
So like you throw it down. It costs very little mana to do it, and you do one slam, collect all the skulls, move to the next one, slam, collect all the skulls, and he can just rip through it. Like it's really, really scary. So I wouldn't be surprised to see at least part slam build Stitches just for that reason. It obviously helps in team fights as well because it does a sizable amount of damage. Uther, just a strong pick in general. Taking it away from SMG and putting it on your team is a great idea. It allows you to just, as we saw in that last game, heal through almost anything.
You know, I think on Hot Slogs, Uther is actually ranked as the highest % win rate for any hero in the entire game. So Uther, again, he's largely considered the best support. He's very good, he's hard to kill, and he heals quite a bit with pretty good mana retain. I mean, retention, that's the word I was looking for there. Now,
close enough.
We're seeing Tychus and Zagara be picked up here for SMG, and, you know, already, like, this is the second Zagara, but now Zagara's on the opposite side of the map.
Right. They do have Tychus again, though. So they have the Arthas Tychus lockdown, and if you can basically just replace Uther. Well, okay. In terms of damage and semi ults, I guess Ma and Divine Storm are sort of in the same range. They're obviously not the same, but it'll be interesting to see how they use it. Shout out to Arth.
Oh my gosh, that comment, GGBB, is probably the best comment I'll read in the next month.
Shout out to Arthlon.
Very, very, very funny. Yes, but we're gonna see, like you said, if it isn't broken, why fix it? If they can grab Arthas Tychus, they're going to.
Look at this, though. Again, we're seeing another Nova pick from GGBB. It's interesting.
Vala, Nova, Stitches, and Uther. Now, at this point, you get a hook on a squishy hero, any hero that they can pull apart. If we see any hook whatsoever on a hero like Zagara or Tychus, they're likely going to get melted because Nova and Vala are going to dish out a lot of damage, and you have the stun there with Uther Uther, not Ooper.
Ooper. You play Ooper recently?
I love Ooper. He's my bro.
Nice.
But I mean, really, just I think this is already looking like a much better composition for GGBB coming into this game, because their last composition was, again, we talked about it quite a bit.
In comparison, yeah, I agree.
Comparatively, this is already fleshing out to be a much more viable comp. And for Haunted Mines, I mean, Vala is very good at cleaning up skulls, and so is Stitches. They have a lot of ability to just go in the mines and clean up the skulls. And again, this game is about mercenaries just as much as any map. Chen Rhaegar. Ho ho ho, boy. I mean, we're in for a treat, because Odin Rhaegar is scary, Odin Tastadar is scary, but you give Storm, Wind, Fire, and Odin, you Bloodlust that, and then you have, I mean, Zagara does well with Bloodlust because she has pretty solid AA as well, and you can actually spec her a little bit into the auto attacks. I don't think we'll see any weird talents coming out of Zagara like Medusa Spines, which allows you to hit 3 targets at once. That would give them a little bit more AoE. I really doubt we'll see that. She'll probably just play the standard, either go with an Envenom or go with Envenom Spines for the additional range and damage. Envenom Spines is probably the most common pick that we see going in there, but Chen Rhaegar, scary.
Yeah, so for Rhaegar, in this specific game, we might actually see Ancestral Healing.
Absolutely.
Just to offset a pick. Just to offset a pick. So if a pick happens, and then you have Arthas or Chen kind of just in the vicinity, then they can jump in, disrupt whatever's happening, while the Ancestral Healing buffs that person back up after they've already blown a lot of stuff. I mean, now, what just happened? Falstad got picked up, and Ancestral Healing will not be able to offset Vala, Nova, and a Falstad hitting someone after they get picked. If that happens, it doesn't matter what you have. The only thing that will protect would probably be Divine Shield from Uther, which they don't have. So
I love this. I love the triple assassin play, because it's not something you see that. I mean, it happens.
It's aggressive,
but you don't see it that often. This is going to be a slobber knocker, if you will. This is going to be a very, very aggressive game. And I've always wanted to use that word on cast. Okay. So I've done it. I have achieved a goal in my life, I suppose. So honestly, this is going to be. I'm excited. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. It looks like the players are ready to go. So we're going to start up Game 2 of the semifinals here. Remember, this is in fact a best of 3 series.
5.
And best of 5 series. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Have to win 3 games.
Best of 3 plus
this
2.
This is why you cast with a tournament administrator, guys. He keeps you in check. You say one thing incorrect and it's just like false. This is actually the rule.
Incorrect. Stamp on the desk. Get out.
So if you guys have any complaints about the production, yell at me. If you guys hate the tournament format, yell at Matt, because we are a 2-man crew making this tournament happen here on the fly. It's been a lot of fun. I should actually tweet more pictures of our battle setup here. We actually have like 4 monitors around us at one desk. It's pretty nuts here. But coming into the game here, we can see they're going to be going into the top lane, and it looks like all 5 are going to be rotating for the top. I mean, when you have 3 assassins, if anybody comes near you, you can just pull. You can get the hook and just delete them.
So, who do you think they're going to send Scylla? It looks like Falstad is going to go bottom, and do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I mean, if they decide they want to all go in the mines together, Falstad can quickly just fly to the top lane and then hop in the mines with them when the mines do come up. So that's definitely one thought process they could be having here with Falstad. I mean, we're definitely going to see them grab the watchtower, but I really do think that with this tanky composition, they're going to contest. They're going to run straight on in here. They're going to prove me wrong. Nope.
No, I mean, at least one of them did,
yes.
sort of.
I
you
really
didn't say which one.
I didn't say which one.
You didn't say which one.
Well, I said the tanky composition.
All right,
so
the hook comes out, Caffeine just throwing blind hook, trying to get it into that the corner.
It's worth the cooldown.
Yeah. I mean, it's very early. It's not going to really cost them anything. So the meta that's pretty much developed on mines is that you stick 4 people in one lane and 1 in the other. So how do you feel about this right now that we're looking at?
Well, Falstad is going to struggle here. I mean, that's a given, granted. I mean, but Zagara alone can outpush a Falstad. I mean, that's no question there. And Soldier, on the other hand, I mean, Chen has so much sustain. With a hook, they'll probably get a kill, but you can just see him. He's going to tap the well, but he's going to be drinking brew most of the time in this lane and just soaking as much as he possibly can.
He has no fear.
He has no fear.
He has 0 fear. He gets hit, he gets hooked, goes right back in the lane. He might be a little drunk, so he might have liquid courage.
I mean,
but it's
hey,
okay.
Every single Chen in the world is always a little bit drunk here, but we're seeing an insane amount of pressure here. I mean, we have a lot of damage coming out of GGBB, pushing this top lane, but at the same time, Symbiote saying, hey, look, we can do that too. These lanes are already out of ammo. Demolitionist is going at work here. Having a Zagara, just gonna, this is insane.
So which one do you think is better? Do you think that Zagara is better for this, or do you think, actually, I'll shut up. Look at this rotation that we have down bottom. They were seen because they walked through the vision. They didn't actually walk through mid, which could have gotten them a kill. But do you think that Zagara and friends are better for this, or do you think that Soldier might die?
I think Zagara and friends is, I mean, this is definitely better for Symbiote. I mean, they're going to get the pickup here on Soldier. That's a really nice hook just to secure the kill. But at the same time, I mean, this bottom lane is just going to get mauled. Demolitionist is just going to have so much effectiveness with this map, and you keep that Zagara alive. I mean, they knew what they were doing going to this map. Having the ability to know what map you're going to be on is really helping out, and we're actually seeing the entire team come here. And Falstead, like I said, went straight to the top lane, doesn't want to risk going into the bottom of the mines. Apologies for the little bit of lag we're having here. My computer doesn't seem to like all the clicking happening on the screen. We can see the entire team is shifting down into the bottom lane, and oh my gosh, yeah. GGBB has to back up here. I mean, one down. Dunk is going to get picked off.
Dunk is very low, though.
Yeah, he's going to get picked off. And Soldier is right in the front line going on Chef. They can throw down the totem.
What is happening with the lighting in this map?
I apologize. I really
It's not even used. It's in-game, but it's like, it just exploded. Anyways, we did have an actual flip there for in favor of GGBB, and that's something that you see because they have so many assassins, because they have so much damage that they can just dump constantly. It makes it really hard for Symbiote to fight. Granted, once we get to the later game, it might not be that case, and we do see that who is it? Dreadnought did see Vala, opted to say, you know what, I don't know where the rest of the team is, I'm just going to back up, I'm going to cap whatever turrets or whatever skulls I can, and just do what they can. So they do know that Vala's top, they know that Nova's bottom, and they don't really know where Falstead is yet, but it looks like Symbiote's saying, okay, you know what, we lost that first fight, it's alright, we'll recoup, we'll go back down, and we'll take this. We'll take as many kills as we can from here. And I like the call from GGBB to say, like, okay, you know what, we're probably not going to win another fight down there. They're already on the goal. By the time we get there, it's going to be gone. Let's just go mid. Let's take whatever other objectives that we can and go through with it.
Yeah, so. I mean, having 43 skulls, that's even enough golem. Let's grab some merc camps. Definitely the right call there, because if you go in the mines, you're risking another team fight where you could fall further behind. Oh, actually, excuse me.
They're ahead. They're ahead.
Oh,
but
man.
They could risk losing that
yes,
edge.
You don't want to lose that edge. But we're going to see a big contention here at this watchtower. Everybody wants to have that vision.
There's the hook.
And there it is. Nice hook. Not really who you want to get, but still they're going to map. You just 3 assassins. It doesn't matter who you get. Right. You can just plow through them.
Right. And I don't know if I don't think Shin was there, but I don't think Shin would have really done all that much, even if he was there. So for the first time in the series, we have a full level lead for GGBB ahead of Symbiote.
Yes, I mean,
that's very interesting. And so they have the thing with Nova, new Nova, I'm going to talk about, is if you will get ahead with her, with hot shots, with gathering power, both of which Dunk Train has on Nova, she becomes infinitely scary, like just infinitely more scary. So if they manage to keep this lead and keep going, it's going to get really, really dangerous for Symbiote. We also have Falstead with the gathering power as well. So the hook comes in on the Arth.
They can't capitalize though. They're not in position. The Uther was not there, ready to stun. If they had the stun available, that would be a very, very dead Zagara. But Soldier is just going to back up here after he takes some damage, and we're going to see them try to defend this golem here. But they have the Giants, which will definitely help them out with this fort. It stays or done.
Yeah, I mean, picking up the Giants in their jungle was definitely a nice thing. You can do it as a defensive measure now, which a lot of people don't really realize or do all that often.
It's becoming more and more common.
It is becoming more common because of the pathing. It automatically does, and it's very nice. So them doing that is great. We do see that GGBB is encroaching in on the SMG's side. We are actually getting dropped very low. Arthon going to be forced to get out. He will be able to stay alive with the help of Rhaegar and just walk it away. The hook comes out in the KO. Will it be enough? No, no one is actually there to follow it up. So pretty much a free Giants, but we see the contestant coming in now. Arthur's going to get dropped very, very low. He will actually end up losing his life. If he looks at Dunk Trains now, Dunk Train's actually in a pretty bad position. Does end up trading 1-1 for Arthur's now. We see Chef having to back away. Zuna going to get dropped pretty low, but be forced to leave. The hook does not end up connecting with anyone.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, GGBB's got a good amount of pressure here. I mean, they got the pressure, they got the Knights in the jungle. That's a little win for them, and they're just realizing, hey, look, we got what we wanted. We got the Giants. We can back off now. And that's a pretty nice win. But they're actually going to pressure a little bit here on this top 4. I
agree with this call, but they have to do it right.
Right.
If they manage to pick this off, then they definitely get level 10 earlier. But it doesn't matter, as KO comes in from the side and gets a great just lasing of the enemy team with that overkill. Like, oh my goodness, they're so good.
I mean, so much damage being dished out from there. I mean, they don't necessarily have 3 assassins, but they say, oh, well, we have Tychus, and he can really dish out a ton of damage. Look at that money pig once again.
Now check it out.
Mount.
So we saw, granted, GGBB is going to be able to pick up this fort sooner or later. It's going to give them a sizable chunk of experience. But check out the experience right now. Symbiote has been able to bring it down. They're going to be
ahead now.
They're going to be either dead even after this fort drops, or they're going to be a little bit behind. But so they're behind. And they managed to bring it back. All they have to do is stall now until level 10, and if they take one good level 10 fight, they'll be able to get right back ahead. The issue, though, is that this map it's pretty Stitches friendly now. There's not that many options you have for running in between areas, and mines are opening soon. And right now, SMG is split while GGBB is together. So if they're not paying attention, if they get caught, bad stuff's going to happen. And they are the creep tumor right there actually was a great placement because it gives them vision of that bush. So that's not going to be too much of an issue unless they clear it for Symbiote, and they can just kind of play pretty passively, looking around, trying to pick their fight.
Yeah, I mean, both teams just kind of feeling each other out here. We actually saw a lot of weird pathing going around, not really deciding on where they want to go, but both teams will enter the mines as 5 and run straight into the middle here, knowing that mines has become a brawl pit. It used to be you kind of collect some skulls, but the mines are so much smaller now.
It's also become a lag pit, apparently.
Yeah, it's become a lag pit on my machine. Once again, I apologize. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Well, we have the Shotgun going down as well as the Divine Storm. Precision Strike comes out, doesn't hit anyone, but it doesn't matter. 3 people are already down from Symbiote. KO now trying to get out of this fight alive, will not be able to do that, and Arth actually going to be the last one alive from Symbiote. So a great engage there, fantastic Shotgun, unbelievably well placed Divine Storm, and it's just going to let GGBB. This is going to be almost a 100 skull golem.
Yeah, they're back in the mines. Granted, I mean, this lane is pushed back, but beyond that, everything is going to GGBB right now.
Almost a 100 skull golem. This is going to be an 86 skull golem. And there's nothing Symbiote can do.
Absolutely nothing. All they can do is try to react and take the Knights, but there's actually a chance that GGBB will be able to get back up and contest the Knights if they don't get there immediately. They're realizing, hey, maybe we can push the lanes a bit, but it doesn't seem like everybody's going straight there. I feel like if they reacted, like, immediately, right away, and they went straight to the Knights, they could take it, but maybe they thought...
They still should be able to. They still should be able to.
Okay, you're right.
So they're doing it right now. If Dunk had stayed around and maybe poked just to posture, just literally just snipe and move, maybe they would have hesitated a little bit longer and they could have stalled it out, but it won't matter. GGBB will be able to just easily break this golem without even hesitating, and they'll be able to move all the way across the map and help their own golem push down whatever they want. Now, the other option for GGBB here is that they can, instead of opting to push top, they could just go and take that easy fort down bottom. And that'll give them another experience jump, which they might want to try to bankroll to get that 16 jump that we've seen a couple of times today, where you hit 16 before the enemy team, and then you really get to pressure whatever you want.
Well, I like what we're seeing out of GGB right here. They're saying, look, we don't need to defend that. We grab the Giants. They'll push bottom lane back a little bit. We're going to push with our 86 Skull Golem here in the top lane. This is a prime time to capitalize and try to get a keep. It's not going to be an easy push, as there's only 1 level difference in the match right now.
Now, GGBB should be breaking this bottom wall, but it doesn't matter. The hook actually goes out and it pulls Arthur over. He actually gets gorged as well. Soldier gets locked up by the Rain of Vengeance, and Dreadnought is super far away, but he's trying to live. He's almost got out, actually ends up getting sniped by Nova, not going to be able to stay alive. Look at Chef now getting dropped very, very low. The Bloodlust comes out as well.
Beautiful shot and awe.
To see anything here.
But yeah, no, the Bloodlust coming in. They're going to try to just end this here, but the sustainability is working out relatively well for Symbiote Gaming here. Dunk, ooh, that was very close. And KO is going to be in a bad spot here, and he will definitely be falling. Triple Assassin is not a joke, and meanwhile, the Golem is still doing work on this top keep. When, honestly, I really doubt SMG's Golem did much at all. Yeah, it didn't even get through the wall here, and we're seeing GGBB continue to pressure.
So that hook that started everything was great. You can pull people over that wall if you hit a very specific angle without fishing. And obviously we saw it. It happened. The Arthur's pull was great. It got rid of one of the main frontliners for SMG. And now SMG is not out of this, but they're in a obviously bad situation. They have their top lane exposed. The next set of skulls that comes out is going to be pretty... It's going to be massive. I can't downplay it. It's going to be a massive mine the next time it comes out. So they have to really, really pay attention to that. And they have to make sure that when the notification comes out that they're all topped off and that hopefully they can get a pick. And Soldier, playing a dangerous game, almost got picked up by King there, King Caffeine, but the hook didn't come out, he didn't pull the trigger. And now we're looking to see what's going to happen.
Nice hook there on Soldier, pulling out, Chen Stormstar, who's heroic, I believe, is on cooldown here. The Rain of Vengeance comes down. Oh, the heroic is off cooldown. My apologies, that's the wrong call. Shock and Awe, massive damage on Dreadnought. Dreadnought will fall, and King Caffeine is in their face. Very nice stun. Mad Timmy will likely fall, yes. And, Liquid Chef does have to play a little bit passively, but beyond that, he can just heal up in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, excuse me. 3 seconds. And they're just going to keep pushing. Yeah,
that was obviously amazing for GGBB. Like, they couldn't have asked for a better fight. And the start of that fight, everything was just coming off cooldown. Like, everyone was getting everything. Oh, my goodness. King Caffeine actually will lose his life. Zuna now getting very, very low. I agree with taking the fort, but I don't agree with 3 people sacrificing the life for it, and maybe even another if Soldier can get this Q off.
I really don't know if I've seen a Baneling shot that had that much value. Hitting 3 members, doing, honestly, just massive damage. I mean, Chef that was a very nice play, but yeah, the sprint will allow Chef to live, so very good.
Mines are up right now, so this is what they needed. This is the exact thing that they needed. GGBB throwing their life away right there was just... I mean, granted, whenever you do it, it's obviously awful. But in that specific situation,
trading a 4 for mines,
it might honestly be the gate that that SMG needs to get back into this game. Now, it's going to take them some time to clear this. So there's 2 options here for GGBB. They can either take everything that's down bottom, or in the middle. Sorry, they can take the 2 giants and then they can push, or they could just go straight to core right now. If they had pulled that trigger, they may have been able to drop the enemy core very, very low. But because they are level 16, if they died in the process, they're going to have at least 40-second cooldown with 100 skull golem pushing their base. So it's a very risky call to make. They didn't pull the trigger, and they're going to try to play it a little bit safe, which is fine. If they get a pick with Stitches and they can gorge someone while SMG is pushing, everything will be in their favor. If they don't get that pick, things might get a little dicey.
But honestly, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go in the base, because they knew that they were going to be in the mines for a little bit longer. They have triple assassin, and they had the lane completely pushed back, so Symbiote wouldn't actually know that they're in the lane until about right here, till about their gate. But like you said, it's the safe play, because if they did lose a team fight in the base without taking it down, it could easily flipped around and turn on their head, losing them the match. So they realized, all right, we're still ahead. Let's just play safe and keep doing what we're doing and win the game straight up.
Okay. Check this out. So we have Symbiote walking down mid. You can see them. They're coming. Sorry, bottom lane. They're coming down. King Caffeine comes up. The pick goes off. He doesn't actually get a gorge off. He actually does get rooted up. The shotgun comes out. Nothing hits. The Rain of Vengeance comes out. Nothing hits there. They do manage to pick off Rhaegar, but will it be enough? Hearthline actually gets dropped very low.
Nice Divine Storm. Seeing a lot of those. Hearth will fall, and Dreadnought's in a tough spot. He has the nice root there, which will keep him alive. And actually,
Soldier on Zuna.
Doing work.
We have King Caffeine actually dropping very low, but he will be able to heal himself out. KO trying to get something going. Dunk says, no, I'm going to snipe you. That's the end of you. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Soldier trying to be a man, trying to get as much damage in as he can before he goes down. Will he be able to pick up biceps? No, he will not. And so what may have been a great engage for SMG ends up being completely the opposite.
Yes, this game is
now
over.
They have to deal with catapults.
They will not be able to. They still have 3 members down. They have triple catapults. The goal will be up any moment. It's gonna be close, man.
No, it'll be fine. They'll be able to clear this. The issue though is if they lose another one of those without this golem on the enemy core, then GGBB can just go run and clean off that remaining 73%.
Okay. So I'm just going to defend myself. I didn't realize it was a 0 skull golem. I forgot that.
They killed that before they did that engage.
Yes.
So that's why they didn't mind that. Granted, obviously they mind dying, but they didn't mind doing that because it was within the realm of I don't know what I'm trying to say. It was okay.
Yes, it was an option.
They cleared the they cleared the golem and they were able to push bottom. And now they're looking for something else. So they have level 16 talents now. and they have about 2 to 3 minutes before level 20 happens. And when you look at level 20 for GGBB, it's pretty scary. I mean, they have a lot of damage on that team already, and a massive Ruthless Stun will definitely ruin everything. That grab was so good. Will it be enough?
You know, Dreadnought's going to be hard to, burn down here. Nice Rain of Vengeance to help zone, and the Shockonaut goes down to zone the other way. We're seeing Heroics go down for just about everyone. Dreadnought is still alive, but not for long. Biceps in a tough spot here. Uses his E to get out of there. And honestly, GGBB has to disengage. They were too spread out in that entire fight, and they really can't keep fighting this.
Now, this actually might be game.
It could be.
SMG loves pushing in off of these types of things. And it's going to be close. They do have Nova up and they have Val up, though. So if KO outsteps his bounds, if he's a little bit too far out of the safety zone, Dunk can eliminate it. He does have Rewind. He does have Hot Shot. He can pick a target and ruin them.
Yep, we're seeing it happen right here.
He's actually going to lose his life for it, though.
His life, and this is going to be a big push coming out of SMG. They're going to try to end the game right here. We can see the cooldowns on the death timers are very long. Not going to be able to defend. The GGs, I'd imagine, are happening right now. And now Kazuna also going to be losing her life. The Feral Lunge will be enough to help burn her down. And Soldier just keeping on the damage. Mad Timmy helping give a lot of sustain. He's going to fall to the core, but does it matter?
That was interesting. Slight misplay at the end on Nova, and it cost them. I don't want to say it cost them the game because the previous fight obviously led up to that. Had he been able to burst down the target that he went for, maybe it would have stalled them long enough for Stitches and Falsa to be up. As you saw at the end, they were up.
Right.
Vala committed super hard. Just like obviously we saw it there. She committed super hard.
They had no
kill,
choice.
But she didn't need to commit on like that level. She went so hard for the Tychus at the end that she actually gave up any priority that she was going to defend.
Very true.
So,
very true.
And I'm not saying that either of those situations would have guaranteed that loss from not happening, but maybe going back and looking at it, you might see a difference there. Am I seeing this right? Do they have the exact same experience? Is that
we can actually pull that back in here. It shows no, that is not a glitch because every other game has been different, identical experience. Wow, I never would even notice that, but that's a very unique stat about this match here. We can see the difference in kills is massively in the favor of GGBB. I mean, they were playing incredibly well all game long, but it just came down to one engagement that just happened to lose them that match, bringing Symbiote Gaming up 2-0. We're going to get the strikes done for the next map, and we're going to get the lobby rolling here, guys. We'll be back in just a short break. Stay tuned.